blaming them all the time.
I'm not blaming you. I just want to give, but babe, I just pushed this whole football out of my little cootie cat, and I could have really lost my life doing it.
What did the men get?
Can I please? More coochie. The fuck?
What the fuck would they need?
They got the baby. Shit, you the one who wanted it, bro.
You ain't do shit. What the fuck?
I mean, y'all both came together to make the baby, so I don't...
No, I didn't come together.
Which is why nobody should be getting shit.
First of all, no, how can I not let you come? How can I control your
Should have
day?
wore condom.
To be fair,
Should have made me wear condom. That's what you should have did.
Because women only fertile for like a couple days every month.
And you know when you fertile,
So-
bitch. You know when you fertile. That's all I'm saying.
That you know you
That's
fertile.
all I'm.
Now I'm about to look and see if I'm fertile.
I am
Let's
offended.
look. You look
Oh my god. Oh wow. Y'all are ridiculous.
Oh,
I think
my
I
God.
am. Hold on. I'm catching
Today I'm ovulating.
This is my last day of fertility.
You hear that? Better get up in there and out. What's your name? Get up in there tonight.
She is wild.
And why do y'all have the same calendar?
Cause they got
Y'all fucking sicking me.
How you guys doing? It's your girl Ashia.
It's your boy Moriae.
Taneya.
And you're watching.
So the topic for today, how do y'all feel about I'm not gonna say just women, but how y'all feel about people praising the death of Kevin Samuels?
I think it's weird for anyone to celebrate the death of someone, even if the person was like trash. I don't know, just celebrate somebody's death just seems really weird to me. And kind of miserable.
Inhumane.
Very much so. It is very human.
It screams inhumane to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because regardless of how much he was, whatever he was in his life, he met his demise, and that's that. I don't think you should kind of drag it any further. You can speak on how you felt or how it made you feel per se, but I think maybe like celebrating his death is a bit much. And I didn't personally care for him myself, but
Yeah.
Yeah, celebrating. I wouldn't wish death on nobody. I wouldn't celebrate nobody's death. However, and I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way to think I'm not a good person, because if you know me, you know I'm a very good person, and I don't like death. That bothers me. But sometimes when you have somebody who's that much of a pain in the ass, that much of a nasty, negative person, you can't help but sometimes be okay that something has happened to them, because it's like finally your karma has met you. And I'm not saying them doing that, like praising his death is right, but at the same time, I understand why there were people happy that this man died.
But listen to how that sounds. You're happy because someone died. Like, I get if it's like,
because of how they felt and because of what they said out of their mouth, but never did they actually do anything directly to harm you.
Right.
That's what makes it so wild. It's like, I think that whole internet thing to me is just wild in general. To like, you can sit here and really criticize and bully and celebrate the deaths of people who you've never met, who you have such an issue with, but you've never met these people.
You're right. So, but so the thing about it is, I feel like, alright, so like the example I'm gonna use, like it was this guy that used to come into my job. He's in a wheelchair, and he was a nasty ass, mean ass man. Like he would cuss out with literally every time he come into the store, at least one person from each department get into it with him. And the way he'd just talk to people, how he'll yell and scream, and he'd be demanding to people. And even when he was out in public, like, he would be in the street on his little Moriae scooter, like he'll call, cursing out the cars, asking people on the bus out with the F they looking at. He goes to McDonald's, be in their drive-thru, cussing them out, telling them to hurry up with his effing food. And like nobody actually did anything to him to make him like this. He just had this mentality. So when we found out he passed away, nobody said anything. Like literally nobody. Like it was like, you know that guy who's in Richard, you know he died, and people was like, oh wow.
But that's different.
And that was it. Like I mean, it is different from praising it. I'm just trying to use an example as nobody felt remorse because of how this person treated everybody. Not saying it's okay, because it's never okay to be like that. But I see why they're like not praising his death, but I see why some people are like karma. Not saying that's okay, but I see why they're like that.
The reason why I say I understand what you're saying. I'm kind of just more on the fence the other side, just because it's like with me a great example. Again, I said I didn't care for him either, but when I heard he died, I was unaffected. Like you said, I was like I wasn't sad, but I wasn't happy at the same time. Just like oh,
yeah, it's like oh shit. I was like that too. I was just like
it's sad that somebody passed.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't directly relate to me in my life, so that's the confusion and the disconnect for me. It's like it doesn't. But how does this benefit any of these people who celebrate him?
Because somebody still lost their life. So even though you didn't like him, that was somebody's son, that was somebody's brother, somebody's whoever. Like, he meant something to somebody else, and now they could never see him again. So it's like, although what he said might have been bad, but at the same time, he's still a person. So for you to be happy about that, that's sad.
But I guess they look at it as I don't know, like getting rid of one quote unquote bad person. Right. Is kind of creating more good in the world or whatever. Because he's been documented saying some crazy stuff, just letting down or talking down, I should say, on black women or just women in general, men, people with kids, like it's a lot. So I guess because he felt so open about critiquing people and putting them down, they feel like, hey, I can do the same thing even to your deathbed.
Okay, so what about this? What if Wendy Williams died?
Oh no, not Wendy.
Lord forbid. Let me forbid. Oh, wait a minute now.
Y'all know I like Wendy Williams.
Lord forbid.
She said,
anything happens to this woman. If she was to pass today tomorrow, are we going to celebrate her death? Because the way she drugged black women, not only black women, but the way she drugged some black women and black men.
How she dragged black women?
She was very choosy on who the fuck she wanted to celebrate, who the fuck she wanted to talk her mouth about and run her motherfucking trash talk.
Who was she saying? Give me the receipts, the quotes.
I ain't got enough time. When she was bad mouthing and having all this shit to say about everybody else in the media when they was going through their stuff. Oh, Nicki Minaj is marrying a pedophile. Bitch, who are you marrying? Oh, nobody, because your husband out here fucking other younger bitches. Exactly.
Gonna fight fire.
Exactly. But so when she does, so when if anything happens to her, hold on, pause. But if anything happens to her, because we get pause. If anything happens to her, are we gonna celebrate?
Did he not have a record for doing what he did? Did she make it up? Did she pull out a thin air?
Did he rape her?
She said what was already said.
Did he rape her? No. She said that he was a child molester. Was that what happened? No, he was a child. That was. She didn't have the facts.
It was said
the way it was presented. It was very negative. Right.
Yeah, negative and shady.
So if anything was happening to Wendy, are we going to celebrate her death because of the way she drugged people? Even Azealia Banks is another one as well. Because if we want to use Wendy, we can use Azealia.
Well, we want to get technical. They already dragged her when they found out her husband cheating on her and she was going through this and that.
Are we going to celebrate her death when she goes? Is the question.
No, the answer is no.
So why is it okay to do the same with Kevin Samuels?
I just feel like Kevin was worse.
And?
Kevin made you feel a little
worse and bad. They're both still bad.
Wendy was doing her job. She was paid to report on people's lives.
You don't think he was getting paid? He was a gossiper. He was a gossiper.
He was an image consultant. He's supposed to teach you how to look and dress.
Like, and that's how he's doing it.
Put no comment on about you being a.
He made you feel little about yourself.
How he did what he did may have not been appropriate way to do so. Whatever the case may be. The point is though, they did the same fucking shit.
But one is actually, this is her job.
Is it not his job to be a style consultant?
It's his job to be an image consultant.
Right, and your image don't work with you being this fucking heavy. It ain't
working. But you don't got that. Listen how you say
you want to work out, right? You need a blunt because you ain't understanding the other way. If I'm blunt, I'm blunt. That's my character. That's my character choice. Because Wendy want to be shady and not blunt because that's her choice. So why we going to celebrate Kevin's and not Wendy's?
Nobody that should be celebrated.
Call a spade a spade. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying we should celebrate Kevin. I'm not saying we should celebrate Wendy. I'm just saying if I just gave a different example just because she is like beloved by some and hated by some. Versus Kevin was like just hated by like everybody. Yeah, I use Wendy. Just
I only know one person who liked them, to be honest.
I just use Wendy as like devil's advocate. And I say Azealia Banks too just because like she
need help. We gotta pray for her. Cause she hate everybody. I don't know, not one person she like.
But are we gonna celebrate? I don't know. They might, and that's why I said I mean I said her. I don't know. It's just wrong. It's wrong just to celebrate people's deaths.
I don't think they would even celebrate her death. Even though she like says some stuff or whatever. I don't know. She's still human. Like that girl, wasn't she the one that was crying and wilding out?
Yeah.
So like you can still see a human.
No, she shouldn't cry. Why the fuck you won't go on that show knowing damn well they gonna talk about you? You won't go in there and cry, girl. Get the fuck. You knew the hell was gonna happen when you got on that show. We all have feelings, but if you wanna,
don't go in there.
If you're on a comedy show and you know they're gonna talk about it, they're gonna comfort you. Anybody will comfort you.
No matter how
they're gonna
famous
try
I
to
get,
win.
you'll never catch me in Wild Out. Why? Because I can't tell jokes.
I can't either.
I can be shady.
No, you catch me while out if DC on my team. Cause he gonna have my bag.
I can't have my own fucking back, so it won't be me.
Shit.
I can't tell fucking jokes. I can be shady
DC
and I
have
can be
my
mean.
back, so.
But I know if I'm that type of person, if I get a celebrity, I'm not gonna do that. Cause I know I can't. Cause I don't want to fight. Cause I feel like you're playing with me.
Cause you sensitive.
So I wouldn't do that. Sometimes you just need to know what's in your wheelhouse. But we got a little off topic.
You know
We
what,
did.
though? I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, like, outside of Kevin Samuels, like, think back, like, history-wise. Maybe, like, Hitler or whatever.
I thought about Hitler.
I'm sure they probably celebrated, like, deaths
I'm
of those
positive
type of
they
people.
celebrate that man's
But
death.
that's still inhumane.
Or, like, Bin Laden or something. He was killed,
What he
right?
did was inhumane.
Yeah. It's still inhumane. Whether it's for the good or the bad, inhumane is inhumane. Regardless of whether you're doing it for the good of all people or for the bad of all people.
So how would you feel if somebody
Animal testing.
is you what?
Animal testing.
We both like, huh?
Yeah.
Animal testing. They test a lot of different things on animals before they can test it on humans.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not inhumane? No animals just walk up in a cage and say, okay, put this drug in me.
I mean,
Is that
yeah.
not inhumane?
I mean, yeah.
But is that not for the betterment of humans? And
No,
advancement of
technically,
society?
no. You can get
Medicines?
volunteers. You can get volunteers.
You talking about
You
inhumane.
can't get volunteers for some
animals.
things.
Animals
Shit.
aren't even human. For you to say inhumane, like,
The act what you're doing is inhumane.
they're not.
You can
humans.
commit inhuman acts against non-humans. When you do
That
things,
doesn't make it inhumane. No, hold on. Let me Google inhumane.
Anyway.
Because I'm thinking it has to apply
So
to a
let's
human.
say,
no.
were you Moriae? Let's say that you got somebody who constantly.
Without compassion or mercy or suffering, cruel, inhumane.
Let's say you have somebody
Okay.
who constantly coming for you. They said things that hurt you and like really bad, like painfully hurt you. And they always just trying to hip it on the belt. They always trying to bring you down, make you hurt, think about things that you don't want to think about, talk about people that you really care about, and just really keep daggering at you. And then next thing you know, they die. Not saying you want to celebrate their death, but in some part of you, you ain't gonna be like, pretty good. You don't know?
It's just gonna be this. Like this is my general reaction. Like
So in your
Yeah.
mind, you won't be thinking
You got on
like,
my
that's what the
fucking
fuck you
nerves.
did.
that might cross. I'm not gonna lie, because that's what I'm saying. I'm real. That might cross my surface thought, but then the immediate next thought might be like, damn.
Or like somebody you know kill somebody you really care about, and then they die next.
It's wrong, but I feel like me personally, I probably would feel like, yeah. In some instances, I probably would feel like, yeah, bitch, that's what you get. Still wrong at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's still wrong, but I'm just trying to, you know.
Yeah, I'm not saying it wouldn't be me. I'm just, it's wrong is wrong, but I'm just saying, still probably would be me. I'm just saying.
And I think it's because, like, it's because he was dead. Because if he was showing love and hate, I don't think it would be as bad. Because
Are we gonna celebrate Donald Trump when he die? No.
I mean, I'm not gonna celebrate.
But that's what I mean, like, and that's what I mean, like, okay, Donald Trump has done far worse than
I'm not
fucking
gonna
Kevin
celebrate,
Samuels.
but I'll probably be like,
He's done far worse than Kevin Samuels. It's not a fucking argument.
Ooh.
It is an
That
absolute. That is a fact.
Jesus.
I thought, cause I was about to say, girl, you was not about to debate with me if he had done worse.
Okay, so what has Donald Trump done? You tell me 3 things he's done. That's like really bad. Oh.
Oh no, I got him for you.
Silence.
I got him for you. I had to
Silence.
clean one.
Okay.
Donald Trump is grabbing women by the pussies.
This is
Donald Trump is openly
a
racist.
one-time
He's a
thing.
white
He said
supremacist.
it.
He's a
He
white
said
way in the back.
supremacist. He's a
Wait,
white
what?
supremacist.
What's your
He's-
facts or your like proof of that? How do we know he's a white supremacist?
We're gonna be here all day. Let me pull it up for you.
Not gonna be here all day. Wait. He actually grabbed.
He incites violence at his rallies. There's you remember those? He incites violence.
I feel like his people's his little
No,
fans.
he
did.
incites violence.
He did set it up.
He incites it.
Yeah, he did.
He
He did
incites it.
encourage that breaking in, doing all the extra shit.
Okay.
He did encourage it.
I don't be keeping up with the politics like that.
Me either, girl, but it just be on TV. I can't help my grandma be watching it.
My point is, there's bigger villains in the world, and we don't celebrate when negative things happen life-wise, like that life ending.
And then some
to those
people just feel like the bad people should just go. Some people feel that way. Like somebody I work with, no names of course, but they was like all these good people in the world, and he just walking around still living.
That's the.
And we all just looked at him like,
But
nigga,
yeah.
like you said that, and he meant that shit. He meant it.
But good and bad are subjective to the different people too. Like you're good, maybe my bad. My bad might be good.
You know, and I feel like I saw a video and this guy was like defending Kevin Samuels, and he was like, y'all let these rappers call y'all bitches and hoes, so that's what I'm gonna call y'all. Y'all ain't nothing but bitches and hoes. And I'm like, Drake is not gonna walk
I'm a
up
bad
to me.
bitch. I'm a boss.
No,
bitch.
he said men. He's talking about rappers saying bitches and hoes
I know,
in their
that's what I'm
music.
saying.
Yes, and he was saying like, so I'm like, but at the same time, Drake is not gonna come up to me and share like, what's up, bitches? Like he's not. He might say yeah, because the bitches want this and that and
Maybe
You get
not
what I'm
to
trying to
y'all
say, though?
because of.
But no, you get what I'm trying to say. Moriae, what rapper you know?
No, I get what you're trying to say, but what I'm about to say.
Or Quavo like walk up like.
We'll be okay with that.
Yeah, that's
why
dumb
I said
bitches.
that's why I said okay. That's why I said maybe not y'all.
Yeah, dumb bitches would be like,
Okay.
oh my god, but no, yeah, and he was, and I'm like, but that's not the same because. The reason I feel like it's not the same because yeah, the men do that in the songs, but in person that's probably something totally different. Everybody had their own persona when it comes to music. They have this trait they try to, you know what I'm trying to say? Like they have their own little vibe when it comes to their music, but at the same time, that's not really who they are in person. This man was saying shit out like direct to him. Even when he used to go on live or whatever with them, like he was been and like the man, instead of him trying to see where women was coming from, because I feel like it was mostly women, men too, but it was mostly women. See where they coming from. He just basically like, y'all let them rappers call y'all bitches and hoes. Drake ain't never called me no bitch. What are you talking about? Lil Wayne ain't never called me a hoe. What are you talking about? Like this is something they rap about, but they rapping about it. They're not coming up to me calling me no bitch. Lil Wayne is not going. I'm like, oh my god, Lil Wayne. He gonna say what up, bitch. Like he's not gonna say that.
So because it's not to you, makes it okay?
No,
because
I'm not
he's saying
saying
it to some.
What I'm saying. No, you think they're saying it to some. To be honest, we don't know if they're saying it to these women or not. However, it's very rare that you hear the girl say like, yeah, I was in the club and such came up like, what's up, bitches? Like you don't.
There's
you know
been
what I mean?
times where I've seen clips of like different celebrities where it's like, and we here with all these bitches. I got all my bitches around me. And the girl's just on video, just like.
That's because they get paid.
Not all the time.
They get paid. No, they get paid. They get clout.
They just be in the video.
They get paid. They get them clout.
Right.
You get clout,
But the point is, it's still being done.
Yes, but that's because they're willing. Yes, them. Yes. I'm talking about the women who like innocent as fuck, and Kevin Samuels decided to come for them when they go live with him or this, that, or whatever. Like,
I think people don't like him because he's very blunt and he's from that era of time before us. You know, when that generation before us, and how men feel a certain way women in the world should be. But he was also very blunt and unapologetic with the way he came off. I feel like that's a real issue. It's because it's not like these aren't things that we have not heard before. It's just like, bitch, who the fuck are you? You telling me this shit like this, like, bitch. And
but
then
it
he's
has
like
to be
so
more.
publicly too.
And I feel like you ready. But go ahead, Maria. What you were saying? Forgot.
Yes, I was saying no. I was saying I think that's also more so what it is as well. It's just because he does come from an unpopular or a unpopular opinion, very bluntly and unapologetically. It's like, because again, it's like the time, for example, like when he was talking about with the girl going live, like, well, you know what you was getting into, you was going on this date, you knew, you was going to want to fucking X, Y, and Z, da, da, da. We're not 10. Let's not act like, again, that's not what, just because on a date don't mean I'm going to be fucking you, okay?
Right.
We all know that. But at the end of the day, you know full well you done got dressed up, you done got in there, you done washed your pussy, you done got out there and got this freakum dress on, you knew what the intentions was when we got here.
Pause.
Whether you're giving it up or not, we all know where it could go. If it could not go there, you would not have been putting Summer's Eve in your pussy, period.
First of all, first of all, Summer Eve is very toxic, honey. We don't do that anymore, okay?
Whatever you washing them JJ's with, you wouldn't be washing that hard if you wasn't planning on getting them stuck up in there.
You don't wash your ass when you go to the grocery store? You
wash your ass,
you
but
don't
what I'm
wash
saying,
your ass when you get up
you
every
wash
day?
your body. That's what I'm saying, that you do not go into details in that depth. It's a difference from getting dick washing and just washing for daily.
Because you can wash. First of all, I wash as if I'm getting dick every day. Let's talk about that, because I fully cleanse myself. However, if I go on a date, I put on smell good to come over here, Moriae. I don't want you. And I put on perfume to come over here.
Oh, girl, you should be.
I put on perfume to come over here. It really don't. Some stuff, you gotta realize we do things for ourselves. 9 times out of 10, it ain't for me.
I'm not debating you there, and I'm not saying every time.
No, but you talking about as far
but
as
at the end of the day, like, we're grown, and so let's not sit here and act like we don't know what it has the potential to be. Let me say that. We're not gonna sit here and act like we don't know what it has the potential to be.
Yeah,
we're not saying that's where it should be going. Everybody knows if you fuck on a first date, society saying you're a hoe if you fuck on a first date. Okay, so we're typically frowning on that. So typically, men is not even. I'm not even getting on the first date. That's not even the point. But the point is, if I'm taking you out to dinner, you know what my intentions are. Not to say that's always with everybody.
I don't know what your intentions are. That's why, if anything, I'm gonna be on standby because I don't know what your intentions are.
That woman who he was talking to knew what them intentions was.
That's not true.
That woman, I'm not saying women, I said that woman who he was talking to.
I didn't know she knew what she was getting herself into.
In live, the live they was talking about it. She was like, but no, bitch. She knew, like, that's what I mean. She knew what the fuck she was getting herself into, and that's what I mean in those circumstances. I'm not saying that's every time, but you do have those circumstances. Like, let's not pussyfoot around and play like you didn't know I was gonna ask you. I'm not saying that you was giving it up, but you knew I was gonna ask you for something. So don't make it like, oh, you knew I was gonna ask you.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, if he gave you clear signs,
yes,
that's what he wanted to do, and he asked you on a date, do you already know?
In no way, shape, or form am I saying because somebody takes you out there and tell to fuck you, because, girl, bitch, you gonna take me out every time and I still won't fuck you. But if you want to spend time with being in my company, these are the things that you need to do. So I'm not saying, again, that just because I take you out, you're gonna fuck me. But let's not act like that's not a possibility. That's not a potential to where it sometimes could lead. Mm-hmm. It's just the fact of everybody being so... Oh no, that is not right. It happens. Let's not act like it don't happen.
So can you cuff somebody that just you slept with on the first date? Are they not like dateable at this point as like a relationship?
Yeah, I'm so curious about that.
On the first date, we slept together on the second date, but we dated. So to answer your question, you can.
But wait, is it different for them though, Ashia?
I don't know. Is it?
Because I am curious. Really. I'm curious. Like, if do that because.
No,
I feel like a lot of women are frowned upon for being sexual, so it's like if they do that, that's why they don't want to do that, because they have a fear that the man gonna think like, oh, she a hoe, or she easy to get. This and that.
Anybody fucking on a first date besides a cis male is looked at the same way. The only ones who can fuck on a first date and get away with it is cis males.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
A cis male means just like a straight male.
Okay.
Gay males, you fuck on the first date, you're a hoe. Females, you fuck on the first date, you're a hoe. Lesbians, you fuck on the first date, you're a hoe. Everybody else but a straight male can be looked at the same way when it comes to fucking on the first date. Mm-hmm. Because even in the gay community, you fuck on the first date, oh yeah, I've been fucked you. You was easy. You was nothing.
Yeah, and I find that some women, we feel like, because like we're not allowed to be sexual apparently. So we're only allowed to be a sexual amongst a man command.
So to answer your question, yes. You can keep stuff together after the second date. And it's 6 years later?
Technically, it wasn't the first though. I mean, it's still kind of early, but
it wasn't the first. No, it wasn't. It was the second. But why? Because I knew me sleeping around on the first date is not nothing. Oh, if I want dick, what? I don't want this dick. I done had this date. I done got to fill you out. I done found out what I need to know as far as sexing wise. So now it's time to get it on, bust it open, and lock it down. Okay.
So yeah, we did get off track. Topic. We did. How we interrelate sex life?
No, we didn't get off topic because I was answering Shishi's question. Can you date someone, or are they still dateable after you have sex with them on the first date? My answer was yes. So what was your answer? My answer is yes.
What was it again?
Could you like lock somebody down that you had sex with on the first date?
Yeah. I had to like something about you that I decided to have sex. So I think so.
But then I feel like from a straight man,
if I'm a straight
the
man,
answer gonna be no.
But that's the thing. Is it? Because men like hoes for some reason. It's a whole topic for a different day shit. Because I feel like they like the whole ass bitches. So it's like, if they get on the first night,
I feel like the same as you. I feel like their answer is gonna be no, they can't do it. But I feel like ultimately sometimes they do.
Yeah.
And sometimes it may not be like, oh, well, I fucked you on the first date and we've been together since. Sometimes I fucked you on the first date and you came back after, a while, or we was still fucking around with each other, but then we wound up being together like for real after a certain amount of time.
And then they can fall in love with the way you fuck, girl.
But I always feel like the answer will still be no. Because they're gonna feel like you was a hoe and you was easy.
It depends. It depends on person. It depends on person. Polite.
I will say that too, but
because if he was liking you and feeling you before y'all even went on a date in the first place, so it's like he already had a feel for you.
I was already liking and feeling his titties when I seen him bouncing when he was walking. That's what I was feeling. That ass when I seen him walking past me.
Not all men like that, Moriae.
I know that. I'm playing devil cool. I said devil cool.
Okay.
Devil's advocate.
All right. So
you didn't answer the question though.
Sure. I think.
Could you?
I think so. I mean, but I feel like it's weird because it's me that's doing it. Like, it's not as if he.
It's not.
Could you lock down a guy if you saw the guy on the first date?
9 times out of 10, it ain't us who do it. It's them. They the ones who got us to want to do it.
No, don't stop looking at it as a double standard though. Like, could you lock down a guy if you fucked him on the first date? Like, you knew what you were doing. Like, all right, I'm just here to get what I need to get.
Yeah, like, what is that good?
But if it's him, like, and could you lock him down, like, on the first date? Like, yeah, I know I fucked him on the first date because that's what I want to do. But like him, like, what's your excuse? Like, are you just easy, or are you just like, what's your excuse?
Really bad.
Do you give it up to everybody?
I just feel like the guy gonna be willing, like, to be down to go.
No. I used to think that. No. That's not true.
And give it to you on the first day, and be like, oh, I can't date him because I gave it.
That's not true. That's not true because some guys, that's a turn off to some guys. You offer them pussy on the face, that's a turn off for some guys.
Like Russell Wilson,
Brett Fayez. It's like Brett Fayez. It's a turn off for some guys.
For him?
Who is Brett Fayez?
So
if you want to fuck without a condom, stuff like that, like you want to fuck, you asking me to fuck before I'm asking to fuck you. That's a turn off because that tells me you want to fuck everybody. You fucking without a condom, that's a turn off.
So if he asks it, that's okay.
Oh no! Hold up. This is a good topic though.
Cut this off. Okay. Who is Brett Fayez?
This is
I don't even know now.
Okay. In closing,
cause now back. I gotta ask you.
In closing, if you fucking on the first date, it's okay.
Kevin Samuels is the main topic.
Don't celebrate people's
Never.
death.
It's not cool.
That's not cool. And just like y'all think that's karma for him, how he talked about
it'll be karma for you too.
You celebrate his death is also karma as well.
Because somebody will definitely celebrate when you die if you're doing
or somebody you really care about. Karma
and
think about anybody.
Think about if something was to happen to you or something was to happen to somebody that you love, and then somebody could be sitting there looking at you and laughing you in the same position.
Be loving and understanding of people's opinions, whether you agree with them or not.
There we go.
And if you ain't got nothing nice to say, mind your fucking business and don't say shit.
Say it all.
With that being said, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications or our post notifications, and we'll see you all next week. Bye bye.